There's a moment you know well. You're standing in front of a wardrobe that is objectively full, hangers pressed together, shelves stacked, a chair somewhere underneath a layer of things you meant to put away, and you feel with complete sincerity that you have nothing to wear, nothing that fits who you need to be today, nothing that matches the version of yourself you woke up trying to locate. So you close the wardrobe, open your phone, and start scrolling. And somewhere between the third and fifth item you save, something in you quietly relaxes, not because you've solved anything, because you've found something to look forward to, a version of tomorrow that looks slightly more like the life you're trying to build. Most people see this as a shopping habit, a weakness, maybe, something to manage or feel vaguely guilty about. But if you look at what's actually happening, really look, it has almost nothing to do with clothes. What you're doing when you buy something new is rehearsing a future self. The dress you ordered isn't just fabric, it's a container for a version of you that feels more put together, more intentional, more aligned with something you can't quite name but recognize immediately when you see it on a screen at 11 o'clock at night. You're not buying an item, you're buying the feeling of becoming, and that feeling, with that specific, fragile, hopeful feeling, is one of the most psychologically potent experiences available to us in ordinary daily life. This is why the purchase often feels better than the wearing. The anticipation carries something the reality sometimes can't, because the item in your cart exists in possibility. It hasn't yet had to compete with a bad morning, a difficult week, a body that doesn't feel like yours today. In the cart, in the package, in the bag on the way home, it is still perfect, still full of everything you projected onto it. The ritual of choosing, of waiting, of unfolding something new and holding it up, that is its own complete experience, separate from whether you ever wear it at all. And then there's the question of identity, which is really the question underneath all of it, because you are not one fixed thing. You are different on different days, in different seasons, in different chapters of your life. And clothing is one of the few tools available to you that lets you signal that difference to yourself first and then to the world. When life shifts and you don't yet have language for who you're becoming, your wardrobe often changes before anything else does. New job, new city, new relationship, new loss, and suddenly the old clothes feel wrong in a way that's hard to articulate, not unwearable, just not yours anymore. You're not being frivolous when you replace them. You're updating the external image to match an internal transition that hasn't finished happening yet. Some purchases are straightforward, but some, the ones you make when something is difficult, when the week has been heavy, when you've been invisible in rooms where you needed to be seen, those purchases are doing different work. They are an act of self-assertion, a small private declaration that you still exist, that you still have preferences, that there is still a you underneath everything that is asking to be acknowledged. It doesn't fix what's wrong. It was never supposed to, but it gives you a moment of agency in a situation where you have very little. You chose this, it is yours. And for the length of time between adding it to the cart and receiving it at your door, it belongs to a version of your life that feels slightly more in your control. There is also something deeply tied to visibility, to being seen in a specific way on your own terms. You know how it feels to walk into a room wearing something that is exactly right. Not right for them, right for you. The way your posture changes almost involuntarily, the way you take up space differently, the way your attention stops going to how you look and starts going to what you're actually there to do. That experience, that quiet, embodied confidence, is not vanity. It is the experience of your exterior matching your interior closely enough that you stop being distracted by the gap between them. You stop performing and start arriving. What makes the accumulation hard to slow down is that each piece works, partially. The new coat does make you feel more like yourself on the days you wear it. The right pair of trousers does change how a Tuesday feels. So you keep reaching for that effect, keep trying to build a wardrobe that reliably produces it, not realizing that the feeling you're chasing is only partially located in the clothes. The rest of it is located somewhere inside you in a kind of self acceptance that no amount of perfect dressing can substitute for, but that certain perfect dressing can occasionally make accessible. That's the complexity no one talks about. The clothes are not the solution, but they are not nothing either. They are a real tool for a real psychological need, the need to feel coherent, the need to feel chosen, the need to meet the world in a form that feels at least partially intentional. Dismissing that need as shallow is its own kind of carelessness. The women who keep buying new clothes are not confused about what matters. They are trying, in the most tactile and immediate way available to them, to feel like the best version of themselves is still reachable, still something they can dress toward, even on the days it feels far away. And there's something worth honoring in that, in the refusal to give up on the idea that how you present yourself to the world and to yourself is worth caring about, that you deserve to feel pulled together, that Tuesday is worth dressing for, that you are allowed to keep reinventing yourself one piece at a time for as long as you're still figuring out who you are, which, if you're being honest, is the rest of your life. And that wardrobe is going to need room to grow.